hit go live first. Welcome to Activate Live. You just saw Steve Hanzis, and he's one of our guests coming up today. I'm Tanya Hutchins, a communications representative here at the Machinists Union headquarters in Upper Marlboro, Maryland. We hope the information that you receive here will help you to activate your voice and get the most out of being a union member. And if you're not a member of a union, you'll learn about the benefits of union membership. But first, we have a few updates for you, and I'm going to pull my little earpiece out for a minute. We have a few updates for you. Great news from our Midwest territory. The Auto Mechanics Local 701, whose shirt I'm proudly wearing, that strike in Illinois has come to an end. After 7 weeks, nearly 2,000 Chicago area mechanics are back at work at 130 new car dealerships. On Sunday, members ratified a new 4-year agreement with the Chicago New Car Dealer Committee. The terms of the final agreement are the same as the offer agreed upon by more than 70 individual dealerships who broke ranks with the Dealer Association during the strike and instead settled interim agreements with the union directly. The contract addresses the advancement of semi-skilled workers towards a career path, shortens the apprenticeship scale from 10 to 5 years, fixes a break in seniority for a longer period if workers get hurt on the job, provides a more family-friendly work schedule for senior-level journeyman technicians, maintains the employee contribution for health insurance, and increases tool insurance to cover up to $100,000. Those tools are expensive. I've seen them, and you want the best working on your car. Well, moving east, in Boston, IAM Local 264 is launching an advertising campaign to raise awareness about Governor Charlie Baker's plan to privatize the Massachusetts Bay Transportation Authority and how it will hurt working families, veterans, and communities. Look for the billboards that say no MBTA privatization and stop Baker's scheme. The IAM wants the public to know that private companies like Transdev and MV Transportation are among the top bidders being considered for outsourcing, despite troubling track records and service problems along with health and safety violations. Well, the Machinists Union is supporting the Medicare for All Act, which would create a single-payer health care system that improves and expands the already existing Medicare program to all U.S. residents and would replace the current profit-seeking incentives with the incentive to simply provide quality, efficient health care. International President Bob Martinez says it's our view that health care is a fundamental human right. You can read about all of these issues in iMail on our website, goiam.org. Now we are going to take you to Maine, where a familiar face is enjoying retirement. Former IAM Grand Lodge representative and author Steve Hanzis released the book Rails of War, Supplying the Americans and Their Allies in China, Burma, India. It's about railroaders during World War II. And that is a topic that Steve Hanzis knows very, very well. Thank you for joining us, Steve, as I put my earpiece back in. Now, you got a very good review from Military Review, which is the professional journal of the U.S. Army. And in that review, it says that railroad enthusiasts and military professionals will enjoy it. We're showing you right on the screen. Now, you have been working on this book a very long time. Tell us a little bit about when you first got the idea to write the book.
Well, Tanya, first, thank you for letting me tell this story to people who I know and love, and I am. This is a continuation of a childhood, boyhood fantasy or fascination, I guess you'd say. My father brought back a steamer chest of memorabilia from World War II from India. And in the footlocker, he had a little red photo album called India. And it had these pictures in it that as a little kid growing up on a farm in Indiana, I was pretty fascinated with. So that's how I got oriented towards the story. And I actually started my research back in 1993. And it just
and this is your dad on the screen.
Yeah, as he's in Parbatipur. That's state of Bengal, India, and then Bengal became Bangladesh in '71.
And that picture, I think there were a lot of sergeants that were there sitting with your dad there. Okay, I'm not hearing Steve for a moment, so just bear with us while we get his audio back. Now, the Rails of War in the meantime, and Steve, just jump back in when you want. The 721st Railway Operations Battalion is why he's writing this book. Those are the railroaders that were working during World War II to supply all of the Americans. And even on the cover of the book here, you can see all of the railroaders there from the 721st. There were so many of them. And one of the things that we want to talk to Steve about is he writes in the book about companies A, B, and C, and how each company had a different job. And they had to deal with so many different conditions. Steve, are you there?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Great, I can hear you now. Thanks for bearing with us. You were saying that you started researching this book in 1993.
1993, but as a little bit of background, Anya, for your listeners and viewers, my father, the protagonist in the book, was a member of IAM Local 511 in Indianapolis. He was a journeyman machinist. And he was drafted specifically for his railroad skills. And the other characters in the book is full of vignettes that are based on fact. And then those characters oftentimes were Machinists Union members. One individual, Alvin Carter, was a member of local 212 out in Cumberland, Maryland, and he was a 50-year member and gave me some written histories. So it's deeply indebted to the Machinists Union.
So it sounds like Machinists Union members, especially the railroaders, will love to read this book. I think we lost audio Steve again. You know, that's what happens with technology sometimes. But he goes into so much detail just about the technical parts of the railroad, the way that the Americans laid track differently from the way the Indians laid track. And you can compare just the two cultures and the two different types of work ethics. And Steve, let's see if we can hear him again. Steve, you talk about everything in the book, even the working conditions that they dealt with mud and rain and monsoons. And this was in the middle of a war. So not only are they fighting the war, but they're having to get through all these obstacles. It looks like we may have lost Steve, but we're so glad that we were able to have him for a few minutes. And we've given you a little taste of what this book is about. It's really close to Steve's heart. He actually made friends with a lot of the men who are mentioned in the book. They were having reunions, and he was able to go to some of them. And a lot of the men, including his dad in the book, they ended up after the war rejoining the railroad, and they became union leaders in the union after the war. And he already mentioned Alvin Carter from Local 212 in Cumberland, Maryland. So it's really fascinating, especially if you're a World War II buff or a railroad buff, regardless of whether you're in a union. It's definitely a great leave. And we'd like to thank Steve for documenting the American railroaders during the war. Let's try one more time to see if we can hear him. Steve, are you there? Okay, well, thank you for joining us, Steve. Rails of War was published by Potomac Books, which is part of the University of Nebraska Press. If you do a quick Google search, you can find it on Amazon. It's really easy to order. This is the cover of the book here with the cover art. It's going to make a great gift. We're coming into the holidays, right? So whatever your holiday is, please consider it. And we're glad to have Steve on. So now moving on, we told you last week about a new benefit for IAM members and their families. It's free college through Eastern Gateway Community College. Now, the online benefit has been getting great feedback, but we wanted to put a face on the application process. So we're going to talk to someone going through it. Office and Professional Employees International Union member and Machinists Union Office Assistant Terri Crutchfield works right here in the Communications Department. And Terri, OPEIU is one of the unions that's already involved in the program. And I understand that you're going through the application process.
Right.
So how is it going? How did you feel when you found out that this was available?
I was ecstatic. We were so excited to hear about this program because my son is currently involved in or going towards a bachelor's degree in computer science. And luckily, he didn't take any of his general eds or most of his electives. He jumped right into the computer science classes. So once we found out about this benefit, we were able to utilize all those credits through the community college for free, which will probably save us about $13,000.
That is a lot of money.
That is a lot. It's going to allow him to complete his degree a lot sooner, too, because we don't have to pay for those credits.
Wow. Yeah. Now, you're considering going to school, too?
Absolutely, for a marketing degree. Something I've always been interested in, but because both my kids are in college right now, I didn't think it was an option.
And now it is.
And now it is.
So it's changing your family's lives.
Absolutely, yes. It's a great benefit. And I think that, you know, since it's available, we should definitely take advantage of it.
Now, as I said in the beginning, OPEIU, I can't say that, OPEIU is involved, one of the unions that's already involved in this process. And we have the phone number right here on the screen. If you're interested, the free college benefit, you can go online to freecollege.goiam.org or the phone number 888-590-9009. How is the application process? What did you have to do?
It's very simple. It's a really quick questionnaire that you fill out online. Once you do that, they reach out to you. You have to turn in your transcripts from high school or college, and you also need to fill out a FAFSA form. And once you're done that, you're able to get signed up for your classes. So I'm currently in the middle of that right now. I've gotten my login and all that information, so I can start to pick out my classes. I have one piece of information they need for me, and then for my son, since he's attending another college, we actually need to get permission to enroll from his college so that they'll accept the credits. So they guarantee that they'll accept any of the credits from EGCC.
So this is going to save him time.
Absolutely, it's going to save him a ton of time. Yeah, he's hoping to graduate by this time next year or sooner.
Wow. Mm-hmm. Any advice for anyone who hasn't started the application process yet?
Do it.
Excellent. Well, we have other people here already who are applying, even in our staff and communications and throughout the union, who have started the process. And I'll give her a shout out. Valana here in the studio told me that her sister within a week got her student ID card. So what's your sister's name? I'll give her a shout out. Carla, go for it, Carla. Congratulations. So again, we're going to leave this information up on the screen because this can save so many families so much money. Usually, you know, this costs thousands of dollars. I think the estimate was that an associate's degree could cost you about $15,000. So to go for free, that's a lot of money to save. So definitely check out the website, freecollege.goiam.org, and the phone number, call it 888-590-9009. Right now, this is only available to members in the United States, but we're hoping to expand it to our members in Canada. And it's IAM members, family members, so it could be children, grandparents, parents, siblings, in-laws. So that is just, you know, a wonderful benefit that the union can do for you. So make sure you're in good standing, okay? Thanks so much, Terri, for joining us.
Anytime.
And yeah, keep us up to date. Let us know how it goes with your marketing degree.
Definitely will.
That's wonderful. Thank you so much. Well, we are going to have a big shout out to the Government Employees Conference because that's going on this week in Nevada. And we'd like to congratulate all of the NEFI members involved in helping to defeat the official time amendments. And we'd also like to give a big shout out to Lobster 207 in Maine because Monday is National Lobster Day. So go to lobster207.com. Order your lobster today, whether it's 5 pounds, 10 pounds, I think it goes all the way up to what, 40 pounds? And you'll have it in time for National Lobster Day on Monday, September 25th. So this is really getting great feedback as well. So we're hoping that a lot of people order lobster for any special events that they have, any reunions. You can order it for union meetings if you like. So we hope that you do that. Now, right before we go, this is only our second show. So we want to get some feedback, and I'm going to check really quick on my computer to see if I can see our stream. So bear with me for a moment as I try to figure out if I can see anybody who's commenting, because we are so thankful for the people. Somebody shared it, so that's great. Roger Gossage shared our stream, so thank you, Roger. Shout out to you. Wendy Osborne Racy, thank you for watching. Sam Vitris, I hope I'm pronouncing everybody's name correctly. Sam says hello from 2306. And thank you to everybody who's liked it and shared it. Angela, Howdy Shell Bennett, and we have Elise Ortiz Thacker. Delane Adams from our department has shared it as well. So we're trying to get the word out for as many people as possible. And now let me check Twitter to see who's there, because I was just reading everybody from Facebook, from our Machinists Union page. This is so weird to look at yourself on a computer while you're you're there. That's so funny. Okay, but we're glad that we're able to be on so many different streams. Marino Masucci, I hope I pronounced that right. Thank you so much for liking it. And also we have Dr. Jimmy Bruce. He liked it. And Steve Phillips, thank you very much. And we got a retweet out there from Marino, so that really means a lot to us. And we're also on YouTube, which is notifying everybody. So you can comment on any 3 of these, and we'll try to look at the comments after our interview. So if you have any questions for our guests, you can put the comments there. We'll try to answer them sometimes during the show. And if we can't answer them during the show, we'll go after the show into the comments and try to answer them there. But we so appreciate the people that have already liked and shared and commented. Seriously, you have to try this sometime and look at the computer while you're on the air. So thank you to all the people that are watching. Thanks for joining us for Activate Live. So if you do like what you've seen and you've heard today, like the post, comment it, share this post, whether you're on YouTube, Twitter, or Facebook. Of course, Twitter is connected to Periscope, so there are a few people there. And we will see you next Wednesday. These are all of our handles. See you then.